Hey there everybody, Professor Cloud here. Welcome back to another recommended review of a game that I think did not get nearly enough attention when it came out last year, just before the Halloween time frame. It is a game called Morbid, The Seven Acolytes. It is a Souls-like game that takes place in a Lovecraftian-themed world. It is pixel art driven, but I think that this is a game from an indie team called Still Running that should have gotten more notice. I have enjoyed every time that I have played the game, and I've played it a number of different times, not necessarily to completion, but I've played it a number of times as new fixes and new enhancements were made. For example, one of the most recent ones actually brought a map into the world, which was something that was not available at the beginning. But this is a game that I think is very, very interesting. Let me show you one section of it. And the world that I'm going to show you, or the location that I'm going to show you, is very Lovecraftian. If you are a true lover of Lovecraftian lore and locations and enemies, then this location is going to absolutely remind you of Innsmouth, which is one of the most common locations that's talked about. It's the harbor location that's talked about in a lot of his books and other entertainment vehicles, whether it's board games, card games, and so on. This game does have New Game and New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus, numerous different types of weapons. So here we are. This is our character. She is a female, and as you can see, this is very pixel art oriented. If we take a look at our inventory here, we're currently playing with a Morning Star. The Morning Star is our primary weapon. We also have access to a ranged weapon, and then you can also see a number of different items that we have available to us as well. For example, the mushrooms that you see there have the ability to apply a fire capability to your weapon. And some of the weapons actually come with that built in, but others you actually have to apply it, sort of like what you would do in a Souls or a Souls-like game. And then you can also see over in the bottom left-hand corner, we have some quick slots. The top items are our heals. The bottom items are what you would think of as your flasks from Souls, so that these pillars that we're currently sitting in front of will replenish those over time. And of course, you will find additional ones. So just like any normal game, we've got a weak attack, a strong attack, and then a dodge or a roll. This is someone to interact, well, would have been somebody to interact with. This is a inventory that tells us about shooting. There's my sprint. And then this is our Innsmouth base location. Here's our oh crap. First enemy. You can see up in the top left-hand corner a health bar in red, a stamina bar in green, just like you would normally think of in a Souls-like game. And of course we've got breakable items. Some of them very rarely, but some of them will drop things. And of course also, just like a Souls-like game, if we go back to the pillar that we started from, it will reset the area. And there's a pickup, gives us another consumable. And if we use our consumable, which I just did, it will slowly over time, 10 seconds to be exact, replenish our health. Now the whole point of what I'm trying to do here is how to get out of this area into the next one. And there are a number of different enemies, of course, that I have to... crap. Yep, I'm getting hit. That's not good. I'm not doing a good job here. The enemies do give us health bars. You can also see that this particular enemy has a... crap. A set of skulls around their health bar, telling us that this is a stronger enemy. And I'll be honest, I am not doing a very good job right now. I've played through this area numerous times, but not doing a very good job of making it through. So these are calming capsules. If you've ever played the game Chernobylite, one of the mechanics, in addition to health, is a... Basically, you can think of it as your mental attitude. Yes, we've got stamina, we've got health. Those are standard things in a Souls-like universe. But because of the fact that we're playing in a Lovecraftian-styled world, there is this idea of mental fortitude. And that is denoted by the purple bar underneath of my brain. And I'll talk about the brain in a second. The purple bar lets us know where our mental attitude is. The larger the bar, the more bad things can happen to us. So we want to keep that the reverse is true. We want to keep that as full as possible. Those calming capsules that I just found, and here I'll show them to you again. Actually, I've got them in my quick bar over on the left. So I consumed one of those, and my purple bar went up a little bit higher. That lets me know that I have a stronger mental attitude. I actually handled that very badly. That particular enemy is almost impossible to not get hit by. So the best thing is to shoot them from range. And there you can see how that works. It also makes sure that anything that they would spit out at you, or the items that are around them that would spit something out at you, will not happen. That was interesting. Because this is a 2D world, you only have to worry about X and Y. So if you can get away from, the directionality of their attacks, it will make it fairly simple for you to get past them. I want to mention the brain up in the top left-hand corner next to the health and stamina bar. That brain circle will fill up, and that's basically your experience points. And then the number underneath of that circle, the number 4 that you're currently seeing, that is the number of ability points that I'm going to have to spend at some point. At the moment, in the location where I am in the world, I do not have the ability to spend those points. I just found a new weapon. And I found a new rune as well. Certain weapons have the ability for runes to be equipped on them. Oh, God. Alright. They are another one that you kind of want to deal with as soon as possible, or from range. Because those orbs that they had surrounding them will fly out at you. Found another dead end. There's an item I'm also trying to find here as well. That is a side quest. He was stuck in a bad spot there. These guys do have some very, very quick attacks. Alright, I actually hit the roll button there and it didn't take. That worked out well. That worked out very well. My ammo is denoted right directly underneath of my stamina bar. Alright, I need to use... I didn't want to have to use it, but my flask. Okay. Come on, dude. Unfortunately, the standard key bindings for controller are not what you would normally think of. Yep, I just got another ability point. As you can see, I now have 5. Alright, I got a little lucky there. But there is our next pillar right there. I'm certainly going to want to get to that. I also need to set up my reload. So that is from the inventory screen. Here it is right here. And I'm now back to 5. I also have this rune. So if we highlight the trident that we picked up a little while ago, it will give us some stats over there on the right-hand side, letting us know that the attack has a 30% faster speed than our current. The damage, though, is negative 21, so it's definitely not going to be something we want to use. However, if you look at the highlight of the weapon, there are 4 little circles, meaning that we can actually place 4 runes in this weapon. My current weapon only has 2. Now, the 1 rune that I have available to me, the Greater Rune of Rage, does give me a 15% chance of fire. So I'm actually going to put that in my Son of Solia mace. And I currently have the Greater Rune. I also have a Frost Rune as well. And if you're ever interested, you can hit the LB button to inspect. That'll give you some information about it. Okay, let's see. I kind of don't want to clear the entire area out at the moment yet. Thankfully, those, let's call them witches for lack of a better term, don't have any other attacks, so you can get right up on them and deal some serious damage. But if you are familiar with Lovecraftian locations, this should absolutely remind you of regenerate sanity and take less sanity damage for a short period. So sanity, sorry, rather than mental fortitude, is what the purple bar denotes. Then you've also got some other, capabilities here, such as the Lazarus Flower, which provides both health and sanity, plus cures all conditions. So these are kinds of super consumables. Obviously, much rarer. That was my fault. I spent too much time on that heavy attack. You know what? Let's go ahead and rest at the pillar. So, sorry, shrine. So here at the shrine, we have the ability to do a number of different things. Meditate is obviously going to reset the locations, give us back all of our flasks, and so on. We can take a look at our stash, which is, of course, where we're going to store weapons and things that we don't want. We have a limited inventory, and it will always stay that way. We can take a look at our current quest lines. So, meeting Phallus is one of them. Passes to Your Tale and the Old Fish Man and the Sea. The Old Fish Man and the Sea is the side quest that I was talking about. We're trying to find a bucket of worms, and then we'll eventually want to take that back to him. But the key is finding the passage to Your Tale. That's how we're going to get out of this particular location. We can travel. There is fast travel from the shrines. Here's the one complaint that I'm going to give you about this game. The fast travel does not take you from shrine to shrine. It takes you from the shrine to a location, and you have to know, based off the name, where that location is going to place you. Because it's possibly not going to place you, one, near another shrine, or two, where you think it is. So you need to understand the names versus their locations. You will find maps over time. This is the Cursed Hamlet. This is the Haven of Solia. That's the first location. Cursed Hamlet is where we are right now. And as you can see, the two diamonds are the two shrines. So we're currently at the bottom shrine. And then how to go from one location to the next is denoted by the arrows. So it kind of gives you a rough location. I do wish, though, it did show us where we were in comparison to the map. In addition, this is the only way you can get access to the map is at the shrines. You cannot view the map while in-game. And then, like any other game, you have access to information about the enemies, the friends, the weapons, the items, the lore, and so on. Alright, so we reset everything. Oh, I didn't actually meditate, sorry. I did want to meditate. Now what I'm going to do is sneak on past. Go back up here. Wow. There we go. Much better. More medicine pellets. Okay. Let me go back up here. For some reason I thought that there was a chest down here. You can carry a limited number of items, of each item. So for example, we currently have 10 flesh plant petals, which are used to gain more attack speed for a short period of time. But you will lose sanity if you do so. I think 10 is the maximum you're allowed to carry for that particular item. Yeah, this is the actual exit. Unfortunately, I haven't found... Yeah, those guys create little flying enemies that you gotta be very careful of after you kill them. Yeah, this is the actual exit. See what I mean? Yeah, this is the actual exit. This will take us up to the exit from here. Alright, so I have not completed the side quest. And I'm almost positive I've got to go up this way to do it. That worked out well. Yeah, I think the bucket that I need, the bucket of worms, is over here to the right. I hate these guys. Nope, maybe not. Maybe it's up one more area. Sorry, I'm trying to find some more consumables to refill my stock. I used too many there at the beginning. There we go. The bucket. Okay, at least there's one more of those. I don't like that they... Wow. I took some serious damage there. Now, this is where the break in the Souls-like universe or Souls-like comparisons break down. You do not lose anything when you die. I didn't lose any of my ability points. I didn't even lose what I'm currently collecting in my brain. Okay. Alright, so we know it's not there. The one thing I don't like about those particular... Oh, there it is. Those particular enemies. Yeah, there's our bucket of worms. So we need to get that back to him. And figure out the best way to do that also. Is. A jar of juicy worms. Thank you. Just what I needed. I'm not going to use these as bait, if that's what you thought. There's no point, since the fish rarely bites. Instead, these will make a decent worm stew to last me a couple of days. So thanks again. Here's a little something for your trouble as promised. And we got the Bow of Ire, which is a new ranged weapon. So let's take a quick look and see how that looks in comparison. So 15% more damage than what we're currently using. Plus, if I remember correctly, this is silent. So it will not attract anyone to us when we fire. Alright, I'm going to go back this way. head out. Grab a few more kills along the way. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies. Weapons to experiment with. Each one of them, has their own attack speed and abilities assigned to them. Each one of them has a different number of rune slots available as well. Okay. Get my stamina back up. Okay. New rune. Lesser Rune of Rage. Another fire-based. Get to him before he starts firing off orbs at me. What do we got here? I think we've got a mini-boss. Oh, yeah. Yep, we got ourselves a mini-boss. Well, that didn't work well. You've got to be quick when he does that. Now, even though he's a mini-boss right now, we're going to run into his kind later. He basically becomes a badder enemy along the way. Alright. So these little things that are spewing, they actually create those little flying bad guys. So you do want to be careful and not kill them. Is that a bleeding shroom? That's a shroom that causes bleeding damage on your weapon should you use it. Now, very similarly to Sekiro, if we do pause, it does pause the game, so it's not like Souls games in that respect. Alright, so that was an ammo refill that we just got. Yeah, so there's where we've already got 10 of those items, so it won't let us carry anymore. And this is the next location. The Caverns of Solitude. Now, the boss fight isn't until the end of the Caverns of Solitude, and the Caverns of Solitude is really just a intermediary location. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop the recording here. I'll pick back up when we get to the boss fight, and I'll show you that, and then that will give you a good idea of what this game is all about, as well as what I think of it. Hey there, welcome back. This is actually a good spot for us to continue the recommendation and review of Morbid 7 Acolytes, because we're going to be coming up on a boss fight here soon. I've already traversed the majority of the Caverns of Solitude. I'm at one of the last, if not the last, shrine that's available in this location. This is the map here that you're looking at right now. I'm at one of the top two diamonds showing us the shrines. I'm pretty sure I'm at the very top one. and we're going to go after the boss. So I'm going to go ahead and meditate right here. I'm also going to put some things in my stash because I picked up another copy of the Sword of Dibram, which is your starting weapon. So I'm going to place that in the stash. I'm actually going to place the trident in the stash because of its lack of DBS or damage per DPS, damage per second. I also got a new firearm, which also, as you can see, is a lot less than what I'm currently running. So I'm going to get rid of that. I've got some new runes as well. The greater rune of another greater rune of rage, a greater rune of panic, which provides electricity or lightning damage, and then a lesser rune of panic, which provides a little bit less. We also got a bleeding shroom and a lightning shroom. So we've definitely got some new things. But let's go ahead and... Oh, there's another Sword of Dibram. Let's go ahead and head on to... the boss fight. Actually, I am gonna take care of him because this boss fight... So that was a Stone of Dibram upgrade. That was a increase to our flask that we use for healing. So I'm definitely going to want that with this boss fight. Boss fight should be right up there. There he is. The Lorn the Blind, the Lorn of Loneliness. Yeah, I didn't remember that. I did not remember the dashing attack that he has. Alright. Gotta pay attention to the stamina here. Alright. Oh, man. Not good. Alright. Nope. Can't pause the boss fight. That dashing attack is killing me. If I can be far enough away when he does it, it won't worry me. Oh, look at that reach. Just gotta be careful about stamina management here. I should have used a shroom on my weapon. That was what I was trying to do when I paused. One more should do it. There we go. So that's one of the boss fights. Obviously, this was a very, very easy boss fight, and I've beaten him before. But they do get harder. There was a boss fight that's outside of the first town that we run into. And that one is really, really rough. I'm not going to name who it is. You can obviously look up what all of the different boss fights are for yourself. Oh, come clarity, you come back to me now as my life is fading. Do your duty, striver, finish me. Claim my flesh, lest I rise anew. I have suffered enough. So that was an Acolyte that was slain. We got a new ability point. And we got a new weapon. Lorn's Shamshir. And if we follow this up, got a couple more disgusting ghouls, and we have another. Yeah, I forgot the blood is actually damaging. I'm not doing well. And thankfully he's stuck. I am gonna get past him, break the praying statues to gain blessings. So, discovered a blessing of the healer. Discovered a blessing of something else. Blessing of recovery. No, we can't use those anymore. Another calming capsule. Use the shrines to choose and upgrade blessings. Use your skill points to upgrade the blessings. So this is where we're going to finally get the ability to upgrade ourselves at this new shrine. And we go now to a new item called blessings. And this is where we can use our points to add to Blessing of the Healer, which gains more health using the Stone of Dibram. Blessing of Stoutness, gain a larger health bar. And then Blessing of Recovery, which gives us faster stamina regeneration. Now, we will find other blessings throughout the game to use our ability points on, because as you can see, there's only going to be a certain number of ability points we can use in each blessing. I'm absolutely going to use one of those. Now, as you can see, we can only equip 2 blessings, and then I can upgrade it, which is what I've just done. And then we've got the Blessing of Stoutness or the Blessing of the Healer. I am going to use the Blessing of... I'm going to use Blessing of the Healer and upgrade that, and then leave. And then, as you should see, I have only used 2 ability points. So I could go back in and upgrade them again. So we've now, and you can actually see at the top left hand of each one of the blessings, the number of available pips that we can actually upgrade this to before we max it out. 5 is the max, but there are pips on either side for each upgrade available. But each upgrade does cost a certain number of points. So each one of those actually cost us 2 to get to the second point for each one. So we've now got 3 points in Blessing of Recovery and 3 points in Blessing of the Healer. We would need 3 or 4 points in order to get to the next levels, and we don't have those available to us. We only have 2 available points. So unless we get a new blessing slot, to add an additional blessing, this is what we have available to us now. It's a very, very different level up model than what you're going to see in other Souls and Souls-like games. I do want to also meditate while I'm here. And then really quickly, let's go ahead and head to the next location. There was the shrine that we started from. Used to be sober like you, but then I got drunk. Got another medicine pellet. Your level of sanity affects the damage you deal and take, the amount of XP you earn, and the amount of specters you face. So remember I talked about the purple bar. The fuller it is, the more damage you're going to do, the better the XP that you earn, and less damage that you take. As your sanity goes down, you're going to get more enemies, you're going to take more damage, and you're going to deal less damage. So you're going to want to use those calming capsules as often as possible in order to keep that up. Well, I'm actually going to let it go there. I was hoping to show you the next area, but you've actually seen 2 areas already. If you are a big fan of Souls and Souls-like games, and you like trying different styles of those games, I really believe that this game has not gotten nearly enough attention. It can be difficult. You can find yourself getting surrounded by enemies and in a lot of trouble. You do have to pick and choose what weapons you want to use for different enemy types. You do have to plan out whether you want to use a ranged weapon versus a melee weapon. And then, are there certain powers that can be used with different enemies? The 2D nature of the game, I think, gives it especially considering the fact that it's not a standard 2D platformer, I think it gives a excellent Souls-like experience, and is definitely different from the others that are out there that people have played and know very well. Death's Gambit, Salt and Sanctuary, Blasphemous, and so on. It is not a perfect game. It was an indie title that came out 6 to 9 months ago from a brand new indie development company called Still Running. I thought they've done a phenomenal job with it. They listened very well to the community in making fixes, changes, and enhancements, but they are a small team. I have not heard anything from them in a while, so I'm hoping that they're working on their next title. If you love Lovecraftian enemies, lore, locations, this is also going to be a game for you. I highly recommend it. The name is Morbid, the 7 Acolytes. Hopefully you have enjoyed this latest of my recommended games, and hopefully I'm going to be bringing you another Souls-like title in the next video. Hope to see you soon. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you want to see me do this kind of stuff live, make sure to come and stop by either the YouTube channel, the Facebook channel, or my Twitch channel. Hope to talk to you all very soon.